Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paula and I'm a YouTuber based in Canada. If this is your first time stopping by, you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you. Thank you. And one more thing, if this is your first time stopping by, I need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon notification. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. So today I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of studying in Nova Scotia. This can also apply to studying in Atlantic Canada. When I talk about Atlantic Canada, I'm talking about the province of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and what's that last one? Prince Edward Island. I've actually had a couple of people who've asked me if Nova Scotia is a good place to live and study. So today I'm just going to be sharing some of the pros and some of the cons. And like every of my video, this is solely based on my opinion. I'm not saying it is fact, it is just my opinion, except I have data to back it up. So let's get right into the video.
When I walk into the kitchen, you saw the look on my face, you saw the look on my heart too.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the pros of studying in Nova Scotia and the Atlantic province. And the first one is that tuition is quite cheap in this part of the country. So one of the major reasons why I chose Nova Scotia was because the tuition was quite cheap. Actually, that is the major reason that I chose Nova Scotia. My school was offering me the same program as I would get in any other university for a cheaper rate. So in Nova Scotia and the Atlantic provinces, you can actually see universities where you can get your master's degree for as cheap as $10,000 a year. One of my friends recently just got admission to Memorial University of Newfoundland, and I think a tuition for 1 year was $10,000 or even less. Myself as an example, I don't think I spent up to $25,000 for my tuition for 2 years, which is cheap when we are comparing it to other universities like Ryerson that I was also taking a look at when I wanted to apply for my master's. I think the tuition in that university was about $25,000 a year. That's $50,000 for 2 years. That is way too expensive. So if you're looking to spend lower on your tuition fee, I would suggest trying out Nova Scotia and other Atlantic provinces. So another thing is that cost of living in Nova Scotia and other Atlantic provinces are generally lower. Canada is a very expensive country, but in this part of the country, we kind of have it better. I mean, you can get a 1-bedroom in Nova Scotia for $800. You can get a 2-bedroom for as low as $1,100, which is quite cheap. Cost of living is cheap. I like to believe that food is also cheaper in this part of the country. See that you can survive on lower in Nova Scotia than if you take that same amount of money to Ontario, for example. You find yourself spending a whole lot more in that part of the country. So the cost of living in Nova Scotia is cheap. So my third point is for people who do not like the hustling and bustling that comes with big cities, then Nova Scotia and Atlantic province is the place for you. I'm going to use Halifax as an example. Halifax is the Toronto of Atlantic provinces. This is where life happens. Halifax is a city. In as much as Halifax is a city, you still get that suburb vibe from it. There's low noise. People are very easygoing. It is very family oriented. Like, it's literally peaceful. There are so many scenic views. The waterfront alone is a beauty. So if you don't like that loud lifestyle, you don't like that hustling and bustling that comes with the city, the struggling, the traffic, and all of that comes with living in a big city, then Atlantic Canada is for you. Nova Scotia is for you. Most especially Halifax is for you. You will totally enjoy living in this part of the country. My fourth point is that if you study in Nova Scotia or any of the Atlantic provinces, there are multiple PR pathways. There's the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. I think I should make a video on Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. That is the AIPP. There's the provincial nomination. There are multiple pathways that you can become a permanent resident in this part of the country. A lot of people finish their programs in Ontario and move to Nova Scotia, move to New Brunswick, move to PEI, move to land, and to get their permanent residency. There are so many PR pathways for international students because this province needs population. Population is a problem here, so they need people to come in and work, and then they would in return reward you with permanent residency. So if getting PR after studying in Canada is something that you would like to do, then I suggest coming to study in the Atlantic provinces. Now, moving to the cons of living in Nova Scotia and the Atlantic provinces. High tax rates. I've lived in Canada for 3 years now, and I don't think I can ever get used to paying 15% tax. The Atlantic provinces have the highest tax rate compared to other provinces in Canada. Even Ontario is 13%. Alberta is 5%. But in this part of the world, 15%. I can never get used to it. So if you're coming here, expect that on every single purchase you make, you're going to have to pay 15% tax on that. I'm not complaining because they're putting the money into good use. It's just that I would rather not pay that much of a tax. So expect to pay 15% tax when you're coming to Nova Scotia. Another reason why you might not like Nova Scotia or its neighboring provinces is that the social life is a little bit dead. Like, there are very limited things that you can do here. They try their best to bring in, to have events and all of that, but it is actually still limited compared to other provinces. So for example, I'm Nigerian, and you would occasionally find Nigerian artists come to Canada, but they always only go to Toronto, Montreal, Edmonton, Calgary. They never come to this part of the country. Social life is pretty dead. If you like to have fun, you would need to have your own friends to have fun with. Aside from that, the social life is quite dead. I am not the person who is always outgoing, always wants to have fun. I'm that kind of person that if I feel like having fun today, I want to know that there is something to do. That is not the case in Nova Scotia. You have to proactively plan your own fun. There is nowhere that is literally there for you to go and have fun. You have to proactively plan your fun. And Halifax has it good. I had friends come from New Brunswick, and they are literally shocked at the amount of nice things to do in Halifax. So I can imagine how worse it is back there in New Brunswick compared to Halifax. So if you like having fun, if you're a fun-loving person, you like to turn up, you like to live life, Nova Scotia is not a province for you. I'll say just go to Alberta or go to Ontario, and you have better fun there. Also in this part of the country, in Halifax, in Nova Scotia, in New Brunswick, Newfoundland, job opportunities are very, very limited. Organizations are coming to Nova Scotia now, but compared to bigger provinces, compared to other provinces, job opportunities are still very limited. And the easiest way to know about this is just to go on Indeed.ca. When you go on Indeed and you put in your location as Halifax or Nova Scotia, you'll be very disappointed. As a skilled person, as an educated person, you will be extremely disappointed because majority of the jobs are just customer service job and all of that. There are very limited skilled jobs here. Province is growing, tech companies are coming. I feel like it's still growing at a very slow pace. There are no jobs here, and that is why a lot of people leave this province. The job opportunities are very limited. And this brings me to my third point. Nova Scotia in particular, the population is discouraging. I think there are really young professionals in Nova Scotia and in Halifax and Nova Scotia. Majority of the population here are younger people, that's children, people below 20 years, and older people above 40. Like, the population of millennials are actually very low. I find that a lot of people after schooling in Nova Scotia are very quick to leave this province because it doesn't really have a lot to offer. So we end up having older populations and younger people within school age. And it's just a cycle that keeps on continuing like that. I'm going to open the Statistics Canada website just to give you numbers so that you can kind of picture what I'm saying. Okay, so just a minute. This is the 2016 census. Nova Scotia has a population of 923,600 people. So we have 25 to 29, we have 53,000 people. 30 to 34, 51,000 people. 35 to 39, 52,000 people. If we combine that, that is about 160,000 people out of 923,000. That's less than 25%. Less than 25% of people in Nova Scotia are millennials. But more than 50% of the people are above 40 years old. So if you're someone who likes to be amongst people that are within your age, you like the youth vibe, you want to meet more people within your age range, I don't think this is the province for you. But if you like living with older people and hanging out with university kids and high school kids, then you might want to consider Nova Scotia as an option. So those are the pros and cons that I think Nova Scotia and the Atlantic provinces offer. It's up to you to make the choice if you like it. Personally, I don't mind it, hence why I'm still here. So just make that decision if you like that kind of lifestyle, and Nova Scotia might be your new home. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Once again, if you have not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.